Grobel Forsey, very simply, is two watchmakers, Robert Grobel, who's French, and myself, Stephen Forsey. I'm from England. I met Robert a little over 15 years ago now, in 1992, when I first came to Switzerland. I'd been working in antique watch restoration in London, and Robert was working at Audemars Piguet Renaud Papy in Le Locle, and I got a job there to build complicated mechanical wristwatches, minute repeaters and so on. At that time, early 90s, there was already a shortage of watchmakers who understood mechanisms such as a minute repeater. From the mid-70s through the 80s to the late 80s, a lot of parents who'd lost their jobs in the watch industry did not want their children to go into the same business. So obviously there was a shortage of Swiss qualified watchmakers, and so you had an influx already then of watchmakers from abroad. Even before I went to watchmaking school in London, I'd been sort of dabbling and bathing in mechanical things from a young age. My grandfather was an engineer. He worked in the automobile industry and the aviation industry in his working life. My father, his son-in-law, was passionate about vintage cars, although his profession is an industrial chemist. And so I had this sort of technical background mixed with a bit of science. My mother's an art teacher. And so you mix all that together and perhaps you end up with me. I have a mechanical conception, three-dimensional sort of view of things in my mind. So I was able to visualize by looking at a mechanism and just operating a couple of times how it works. Okay, so that's how it works. And you dissect the sort of the cinematic of how a mechanism works. I'd got a job at Asprey in London, who had a fantastic collection of antique watches. And John Asprey was a watchmaker. He would come and see us in the workshop regularly, and so I had the chance to work on some very, very interesting and diverse timepieces over my time in Asprey's. And during that I came to Wostep in Switzerland and was able to see a bit of the industry, and it was there I think I realized that there was some good potential there.